Hi, this is Brandon from thirstgym.com. Today we're talking about an exercise called the Hex Bar Jump. All right, this is a great loaded plyometric option that you have for your athletes, and it's definitely more of an advanced exercise. So I'd make sure that your athlete can check some boxes in terms of general strength, athleticism, experience, time in the weight room. This is definitely not something you just throw to a kid that's new to any kind of strength conditioning training. I really like this for more of our high school athletes more than anything else, and especially the basketball population. This works really well. This is also a great option that if you don't want to teach any kind of Olympic lifting in your program, or maybe you don't have the resources to do so, this is a great way to train some weighted triple extension without having to worry about catching a barbell in the front rack position or having enough platforms or things like that. The only thing you're going to need is a hex bar, so just keep that in mind. I also really like this because it's easy for athletes to understand. Once they've got the prerequisites that we kind of talked about there a couple minutes ago, you'll see that how the simplicity of this exercise really just comes down to jump. And for many athletes, you want to make things as simple as possible and try to yield them the results they can once their training level is applicable to the exercise that you're trying to coach. So, hex bar jump here. We now obviously need a hex bar. I just got some 5 kilo bumper plates on here, and the reason that is this is not an exercise that we want to load really that heavy. Take in consideration how high your athlete can jump, how strong they are, and then the fact of where you're trying to train on the force velocity curve. You could definitely make a case that you want these a little bit heavier and you're going to decrease how high they can get off the ground. Totally fine. Whether you know you're trying to train speed strength or strength speed, there's a completely different option there how you would load this. But generally for us, we just like to put 5 to 10 kilos on per side and kind of just leave it there. We just use our eyes and we say, okay, that looks explosive, they're jumping well, they're landing well, it's got some pop to it, or nope, that's too heavy, let's pull the weight down a little bit and try to get a little more pop behind it. So I would make sure your athlete knows how to hex bar deadlift first. I would make sure that their plyometric progressions are good. They know how to jump, land, all that great stuff. Once they got that, then you probably got a kid that's really set up for this exercise. So we're going to be in the hex bar, chest good and tall. We're going to go down like we're going to deadlift, and then we're going to explosively press our feet into the ground as hard as we can, jump as high as we can while we hold on to the barbell, and stick the landing, and then reset and go again. So I'm going to be here, chest tall, pull my hips down in a good position, push good and hard, and jump. Okay? Obviously, if you want to try to make it a little more rhythmic, you can put some rhythmic aspects in there and tell them to focus on hit and go, hit and go. For most of my athletes, I want to use this to develop starting strength and basically some accelerative qualities to it rather than some reactive. I would much rather use reactive with different broad jumps and vertical jump things where we're not using weight, but of course that's up to you. When we program this, we usually use 3 to 6 sets of about 3 to 5 reps. Okay, it just really depends upon where we're at with the athlete. We definitely try to push the sets more than we do the reps. Okay, this is not something that you're going to do sets of 10 on. Okay, you're going to do 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 reps at the absolute most. Give your athletes plenty of time to recover. Put them in groups, 3, 4, 5 groups if you need to. Have one athlete go after the other. Give some built-in rest periods for them, and then they're going to be fully explosive. That's basically a way to do dynamic effort training with athletes. It's super safe if you don't want to worry about setting up bands, chains, speed pools, all that kind of jazz. This is a great substitute for that as well. If you have any questions, feel free in the comment section. Thanks. Have a great day.